Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Thursday evening, the cat is up in the worktop saying hello. See if I just lift her up a bit. Say hello, Raven. Yep, now she's not speaking to me. Oh no, we're back again, okay. Good evening again and welcome to Prime of Midlife. Thank you so much to everyone who has been liking, subscribing, commenting, giving me suggestions, helping me out with learning stuff. I have to say, I couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. And tonight, that is the kind of thing I want to talk about because, together here as a community, we've taught each other so much, we've learned so much. And I think in the forthcoming months, that's going to become invaluable. And I think there's going to be many people looking for help in various ways, because we know that in March the help for energy prices is going to reduce. We know that the government is fighting tooth and nail to not increase wages in line with inflation. And the wage increases that we're getting at the moment of your 4% or something, when the help for energy prices comes back down, that's negated. So people's spending power is going down. The Federation of Small Businesses today is saying about, business owners' confidence, that it's going down. Small businesses are struggling to keep going, especially in hospitality and retail, because they cannot get the staff. Yeah, they're not getting staff. Because at the moment, anything that's minimum wage, if people do not have to take that job, then they're not going to, because it's going to cost them money to get to work and make their lunches and stuff. It's actually costing people to go to work now. They're not actually making any benefit out of it. So that is costing small businesses. Retailers. There was a survey done recently and retailers are like, this is one of the worst Decembers ever, and spending power's gone down in January, and people are not doing that. Witherspoons. Now, for all you may think of that man, because I used to be a bit ambivalent. Then he told people on furlough to go and work in Tesco's. We really did not like that, I have to say. But you cannot deny that Witherspoons was a very good business model. Students and the elderly, cheap drink, cheap food. They didn't chase you out the place. You could sit there for hours, chat to your friends, whatever. People have stopped going there. Now, some people have stopped going there because of the owner, but an awful lot of people have stopped going there because they're drinking at home. You're like, yeah, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I if I am comfortable in my home? I'd rather have friends round or, have a movie night than go out to the pub. So their takings are down. Shops' takings are down. Seemingly investment in Britain. Patrick heard something in the radio today that they're saying companies are not investing in, they're not coming to Britain anymore because there's no point. Because you're not investing in Britain because the energy companies are not owned by Britain. The manufacturing is not owned by Britain. There's very little that's actually owned by Britain nowadays. So why come to Britain? If you're looking to invest in EDF Energy and, join them in some high-techy thing, you don't come to Britain for EDF. You go to France, Germany, Italy, wherever it's from. I can't remember. I did know that, but I've completely forgotten. There's all those sorts of things, but there was seemingly a report today on the radio where someone was speaking in Patrick's house, and the guy said people are not coming to Britain to invest because there's nothing British to invest in. Everything's owned by other countries. So, for me, if that's the way it's going, if small businesses are going to close, if investment's going to stop, Shale Energy, the household energy side of Shell, they're looking at shutting it down because of the losses they're making. We're going to have to look after ourselves. So we will be learning things. I will be learning to grow plants. I am reading my books. I shall be doing things very shortly. I shall be learning to make things with what I can grow. Like somebody in the comments said, start doing your herbal teas. You could have made rosehip tea. Never actually thought of that. I only thought of rosehip syrup. But there's all these things. I can do that. I just need to learn how. And there's cheap recipes and stuff that we can share with each other. I mean, I remember my infamous story from my daughter as to how you live as a student was my last week before the grant payment came in. Oh my goodness, yeah, you still got grants in those days. I am that old. And I remember I got a £5 bag of potatoes, a £2 bag of onions, a block of cheese, and a loaf of bread. And that was what I ate for the week. I had Leonese potatoes with cheese. I had toasted cheese with onions. I had fried potatoes with cheese. I had fried potatoes with cheese and onions. Toast, fried bread, you name it. I literally ate for a week. And that is not a way to live at all, by any manner of means. No one should have to live like that. Unless it is like, you're a student, it's your last week and you've got money coming the next week. That's not so damaging, but that is not a way to live. So we need to think of putting it out there as to how we can live. Because looking at the writing on the wall, the government today, Rishi Sunak is just like, I am focusing on my 5 priorities, and read off his list. So basically that's all he's going to say. Forevermore, he's just going to say, these are my priorities, these 5 things on my list, and that's what everyone's going to trot out every day. Well, do you know something? Those are not the 5 things on my list. The 5 things on my list are keeping me going in whatever way, shape or form I can, and making sure that my family and I are alright. Oh, would that only be one thing on my list? Well, there you go. That's what it is. So yes, this is my thing for tonight, is the way things are going. I think it's becoming vitally important that we support each other through this, that we learn from each other, and that we teach each other. So yeah, I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea and read more of my gardening book. So I will catch you later.